My Nintendo Wii U keeps freezing.
Don't blame the device for your poor timing in the game. You should have paid better attention to the gameplay.
It is freezing up, even if I'm watching streaming video.
I've heard of the Wii U browser freezing a lot, regardless of what you do in it. And my first suggestion is do your web browsing on a different device.
It isn't just the browser.
The browser freezes on the Wii U because the Nintendo browser doesn't support Silverlight or all Java. If the freezing was a particular game, I'd suggest checking the disk.
Or re-downloading the game.
If it is a particular game or downloaded content, try deleting that download from the download manager or data manager, and re-downloading it.
What else could it be?
It could freeze up because it is overheating. However, that would be kind of obvious when you touched it.
It isn't on a pedestal, but it isn't locked in a cabinet either.
I've heard of it freezing up when there was dust inside.
It would be rather funny if the solution is a can of pressurized air.
Just make sure the air jet is at least a foot from the console when you spray it, or you risk other problems. Or try moving the console so there is at least a foot in all directions for adequate airflow.
I don't think it is airflow related.
If it freezes while putting out a buzzing noise, the problem is more severe, like a mechanical problem.
And I'm assuming there's no magical knock to fix it.
No, though you'll be amazed at the cost to fix it, if the console isn't brand new. But you can try resetting it.
That's on the Nintendo website as their default go-to tech support solution. They even tell you to reset it by unplugging it from the wall.
They also suggest running updates, though that has to wait until the system is running.
I know they had freezing problems with the brand new console in 2012, until it was fixed by a patch, but that's why I don't buy launch consoles.
You can still try to fix it by going to the system's settings menu, and choosing to update the system.
What else could it be?
If it freezes, especially with grinding or extra beeping sounds, it might be bricked.
I could guess that was the cause if it won't come up after a hard reboot.
If the freezing was the Wii U gamepad, I'd suggest calibrating the gamepad while sitting next to the console so that they communicate properly.
I know the gamepad will freeze up if you use third-party hardware, or sit too far from the console, but it isn't the gamepad.
Then we are down to contacting Nintendo customer service, or checking the internet connection.
I'd rather reboot the router than try to reset the console again.
I'd think it was the console's internet connection if your updates stall as often as the streaming content. The irony is that I've read you have to hard reboot it and your router around the same time.
Actually, it is turn off and turn back on the router while the Nintendo Wii U is off, so they both act like they've never met each other before.
All you have to do is get them talking again so the console stops giving you a cold shoulder.